Good day, guys. So I got a lot of questions regarding these setups that I posted on my page. So many persons said I should explain how I got the buyers and all the way to this point, how I got my entry and everything. So let us shoot. Now I'm going to be saying a lot of things in this video. So if you don't understand, you can comment your questions. If I have time, I will reply to them. So first things first, I started off from the 3 months. I come to the 3 months or the 1 month to get my bias, and I get my bias once in a quarter. So my bias should last me for a quarter. And for a quarter, it might be 3 months or 4 months. So that's how long a bias that I use should last. So from here, I got this fair value gap, which aligned perfectly with this breaker block, as you can see it, and I was targeting this high. So to make it clear, you come to the 1 month. When you come to the 1 month, you see the breaker block. You can see the breaker block here, aligning with the fair value gap area all the way to this high. That was my bias. And I was expecting the bias to last for a period of, minimum 3 months. So, having said that, for me, if I have a point of interest, I always go down to the daily if I have a point of interest from the monthly. So I want to make sure that there's an external liquidity swept inside that point of interest, which validates the point of interest for a reversal. So what price has done here is price has manipulated orders from here, paired orders to deliver the orders at this high, introducing a new trend from a market maker sell model to a market maker buy model. So that was my expectation. So from there, I needed to see a smart money reversal. Of course, my smart money reversal was confirmed after the break of this high on the line chart. So on the line chart, you can see here, we had, a break of this high. So that was a smart money reversal, which is a change in, the market maker model from sell to buy. Now, having said that, I started, my market maker zones, which is a breaker block or an order block. So these are the zones that I want to look for my weekly OHLC or OLHC. So to put that into context, at this QMR zone, we had a new week. As you can see, this was on Thursday. So on Thursday was the low of the week. So after Thursday, I want to buy all the way to this high for an internal market maker buy model. So the same thing here. This one was Tuesday low, Monday low of the week. The rest of the week you buy. So the same thing here. This one was Thursday low of the week. So coming to the current one, which was at this other block, we had the low of the week on Monday. So Monday low of the week, I was expecting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to give me a buy. So the expectation of the buy was from this other block all the way to this high. But then I thought of it. I said, since I've been riding the buys all the way from down here, I've been riding the buys from down here to deliver here. Now I told myself that why should I target this high when we are close to the overall 3 month draw on liquidity? So I told myself that if I have a buy from here, I am targeting this external high from the 3 months. So from there, I went to look for a market maker buy model on the internal time frame because I was expecting a weekly OLHC, which is open, low, high, close. So the week opened, but inside the POI, I still also have to say the same thing, a manipulation of, a key external inside the point of interest from the daily. So from there, the difference between me and other traders is when price gets into the POI for an OHLC or OLHC, I do not trade until I get my low of the week. So we got the low of the week on Thursday. From there, I started trading my market maker model. So as you can see, Monday was low of the week. Tuesday came into the OTE of the zone. So Tuesday came into the OTE of the zone. We had an improper absorption here. So I was expecting the butterfly effect. So the butterfly effect happened on same Tuesday. Then I entered on Wednesday for a reaccumulation. So this was like OTE, a reaccumulation for the first buy at what? At 9 a.m. macro time. So that was where the first entry came. And this was a blind entry. I did not use model 1. So this was a blind entry. So that's aside. That one was pushing. Then I realized that, price was giving a retracement. So I said, okay, since we are at the premium level of the market maker buy model, that means we have our kiss of death, which is the KOD. So from the KOD, I expected a proper manipulation because as you can see, we had an improper manipulation around 6. So around 6, we had an improper manipulation. So price gave a butterfly effect of 6 to give us a proper absorption by 9, same 9 a.m. So I entered off this entry. Now I did not use a blind entry because, of course, butterfly effect. So I entered after a model 1. As you can see, the other block area here. So I entered off a model 1 and I targeted that high. So I hope you guys have learned a thing or two. Like the video, comment. If you have questions, please let me know and make sure you follow me. God bless.